Most people over 60 are told, eat more protein. And yes, your protein needs are higher in this decade than at any prior point in your life. But here's the part almost no one explains. After 60, the internal systems that help you use protein have changed. Blood flow to your muscles is lower. Your blood vessels are less flexible. Internal stress inside your cells is higher. And the signals that tell your muscles to repair and stay strong are weaker than they were just a decade ago. So even if you add protein, your body may not be able to use it the way you expect. It's like putting premium fuel into an engine that has lost some of its efficiency. The fuel is high quality, but the engine isn't prepared to use it well. That's why so many people in their 60s add protein, but still notice strength slipping, recovery slowing, or daily activities feeling harder than they used to. The problem isn't the protein. The problem is the internal environment. To protect muscle after 60, your body needs support. Support for protein utilization, support for lowering internal stress, support for mitochondrial energy, and support for mobility and strength. These are the 4 muscle protection and efficiency goals that become essential in this decade. Let's take a closer look at what's happening inside your body after 60 and why these goals matter so much for protecting your muscle. After 60, your body begins to change in ways that most people never hear about. These changes aren't dramatic, and they're not signs of disease. They're simply part of normal aging. But they directly affect how well your muscles can respond to the exercise signal and how efficiently your body can use the protein you eat. This is why the 4 muscle protection and efficiency goals become essential in this decade. Each goal supports a different part of the internal system that keeps your muscle strong, responsive, and protected. Let's look at goal number 1. As we move through our 60s, the inside of our cells carries more stress than it used to. Scientists call this internal stress oxidative stress because it comes from the natural wear and tear of living, the same way metal slowly rusts when exposed to oxygen. Oxidative stress is a major impediment to the body's effective use of added protein during the 60s because this internal stress affects how well our muscles recognize the signal to build more muscle. When oxidative stress is high, the muscle-building signal becomes harder for the body to detect, which means the extra protein we eat is more likely to be underused or wasted. A natural way to help lower oxidative stress is to increase the amount of anthocyanin-rich foods in the diet. Anthocyanins are the pigments that give foods deep purple, blue, and red colors. Studies have found that anthocyanins can help reduce oxidative stress, allowing better detection of the signal to make muscle and better use of the protein consumed. Now let's look at the next goal. Another important change that occurs during our 60s is a gradual decline in the energy produced inside our cells. This energy comes from tiny structures called mitochondria, and they help power the process of building and repairing muscle. There is increasing evidence that accumulation of dysfunctional mitochondria contributes to the development of sarcopenia, the progressive decline in muscle mass and strength that occurs with aging. Researchers have found that when mitochondrial energy is low, the signal to build muscle becomes weaker, which makes it harder for the body to use the added protein we eat to build new muscle. In addition to aging, a sedentary lifestyle can lower mitochondrial energy even further, making it more difficult for the body to respond to the signal to build muscle. These findings help us understand why supporting mitochondrial energy is important for improving protein utilization during the 60s. A natural way to support mitochondrial energy is to increase daily movement, especially activities that gently raise the heart rate. And one of the most effective ways to boost mitochondrial energy, while also directly supporting digestion and use of protein, is to take a 5 to 10 minute walk after meals. The next goal focuses on the change in blood flow that becomes more noticeable during our 60s. This decrease in blood flow happens naturally as blood vessels become less flexible with age, and it affects how well nutrients can reach our muscles. When blood flow is limited, the signal to build muscle becomes harder for the body to carry out, which means the added protein we consume is more likely to be underused. Reduced blood flow also slows the delivery of oxygen and energy, making it harder for muscles to respond to even small amounts of activity. These changes help us understand why supporting healthy blood flow is important for improving protein utilization during the 60s. A natural way to support healthy blood flow is to increase the amount of anthocyanin-rich foods in the diet. Studies have found that anthocyanins help improve endothelial function, allowing blood vessels to open more easily, which supports better circulation and helps the protein we eat reach the muscles more effectively. This brings us to goal number 4, reducing anabolic resistance. Research studies have shown that older adults have a reduced muscle-building response to the same amount of protein that worked easily in their 40s and 50s, and that they need a stronger stimulus, meaning a stronger exercise signal, to stimulate muscle protein synthesis or muscle building. These two situations create an environment in the body known as anabolic resistance. To put it simply, because of anabolic resistance, when you are age 60, the amount of protein you ate when you were 40 and the light exercises you've been doing at younger ages won't be sufficient to slow down the loss of muscle that you are experiencing. To reduce anabolic resistance, researchers have found that the most effective exercise signal comes from weight-bearing exercise or weight training. For example, a well-known study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that older adults who engaged in regular weight training were able to significantly slow the rate of muscle decline, and in some cases even reverse it, compared to those who did not engage in weight training. Weight training may be especially beneficial for older women as they experience a sharper decline in muscle mass around age 60 than men. If you found this video informative, you might want to check out our other video that provides a dietary and physical activity plan to help you create the right environment inside your body for best use of the protein you consume.